Hi guys! So I've been thinking of what to record and I thought I'd share on something that I've had the privilege to do much more, being working from home and especially in this lockdown. Well, surprise or not surprise, I've been working from home for about 1.5 years and maybe more now, and that would be cooking. Now before we move on, it would really mean a lot to me if you click the like and subscribe button below, and also to stay updated with my future upcoming videos. Well, even when I was actually back working in office, I tried my best to cook and pack lunch about 1 to 2 times a week. I think it was just like a habit that I started from uni days and I just wanted to continue it, and just taking comfort knowing what I actually eat. Whenever I cook, I do try to opt for like healthier alternatives so that it makes me feel less fat whenever I have like my desserts. Well, if you don't know me, I love my desserts. Well, I guess for most of you who are working from home as well, our lunch times are usually about 1 hour-ish. And whenever I tell my friends that, oh, I want to cook lunch, the two major questions that I get is, one, how do you have time to do it every day? And two, how do you know what to cook for lunch? So like question one is pretty simple. I try to spend about only 20 to 25 minutes cooking. So that kind of gives me enough time to eat and chill for a bit. For question two, well, the way I plan my meals is something like what my boss would call building blocks. So I kind of plan my meals in like 4 parts, which makes it really easy to just mix and match different stuff, just to have a variety or different choices, not to get bored of them so easily.
And this is how I do it. I mainly choose one ingredient from each section. So like one carb, one meat protein, non-meat protein, and also my favorite vegetables. Yes, if you're someone who wants to reduce your carb intake, then you would just reduce that carbs portion and just increase your protein and vegetable portions accordingly. So on an actual chopping board, it would look something like this. So I'll be choosing usually one item from each section.
So today, I'll be sharing with you guys some of my favorite go-to recipes, which you can prepare in about 20 to 25 minutes. But always do feel free to swap out the ingredients to whatever you prefer, because you know, lunch is all about you and your cravings.
First up, and also one of my favorites, a BBQ Chicken Wrap. So here we have some quinoa wraps as the carbo, some sliced chicken breast as the protein, as well as hard tofu, some lettuce, some garlic, as well as some lee kum kee barbecue sauce. You should be able to get this in most of the major grocery stores, but if you prefer the western flavored ones that people use for steak, that works as well. So let's just start by chopping the garlics. Here I realized that I might not be able to finish both, so I just sliced one and kept the other. We're going to toss in some olive oil, the garlic. I like to add some salt to it as well. And then the tofu and some sesame oil. Add it in the chicken. And just flipping it with a chopstick here. Some pepper. And there goes the sauce. About half a spoonful to 1 spoonful would be enough, depending on how salty you like it to be. Some dark soy sauce. Just frying it for a bit more and we're done. I also like to kind of toast the wrap over the pan to give it a crispier texture. Oh my god, that's just me being dumb using my hands. Chopstick is probably a good idea. You can also add in cheese at this point if you like. When the sides kind of turn slightly brown, it's probably done. Just cutting it here, putting whatever stuffing you like onto the wrap. You can also use a wholemeal or regular wraps, by the way, it doesn't have to be quinoa. And there we go, ta-da! Okay, it's finally time to eat. Yes! As you can see here, I have a big bowl of lettuce, and usually I don't stuff it all into the wrap, so I eat it separately with the additional stuffing like that. Lettuce wrap as well. I love my veggies and my lettuce, so sometimes I also just go with just a big bowl of lettuce like that and just the proteins without the wrap, depending how I feel. The second easy to cook recipe would be a spicy Korean Konjac noodles. As the base, we have the Konjac noodle, which is also called like the shirataki noodles. It's actually made out of Konjac yam, which is supposed to be just fiber and water, and almost 0 carbs. For protein, we have chicken breast and an egg. As for veggies, carrots, some onions, and the gochujang sauce. The special thing about these Konjac noodles is it's said to be almost 0 calories, so it may be a good alternative for you if calorie count is one of your concerns. Or you can always just swap it over with green bean noodles or the normal glass noodles. Just going to quickly pour it out, rinse it for a bit, and start chopping some onions here. carrots as well. If this is your first time working with konjac noodles also, you may realize that there's kind of like a stench to it. So some people like to boil it with vinegar to just remove it. Just frying some olive oil with onions, chicken, adding in some pepper, some sesame oil, black soy sauce, and also boiling the noodles at the same time. So once the noodles are done, I'll also pour it in to let it absorb the sauces. And then I add in about half a spoonful of gochujang sauce. And we're done. So going to fry an egg separately, just being a bit lazy here so I didn't wash the pan beforehand. And ta-da! Here we go. The gochujang sauce kind of puts you on the spicier end, but do feel free to swap it with soy sauce. Next up, and one of my go-to meals, a banana protein pancake. The recipe I'm using is by Linda's Son with a twist. I excluded the chocolate chips and cinnamon, also linking the recipe here for reference. You're going to need protein powder, you can use any brand, some rolled oats. This is the one that I usually use, the organic rolled oats. Some baking powder, an egg. I use some strawberries here, so half a banana, milk as well, and also peanut butter. Hi there, it's me! Just going to pop everything into my bullet blender, the bananas, the egg, my rolled oats according to the recipe, a scoop of protein powder, baking powder, milk. I'm also using this triple nut butter from My Protein. You can use any peanut butter actually. And also sometimes just add in a bit more water for consistency. Just gonna blend it all together here in my Salter NutriPro. Shaking it and back to blending it for a bit. Just gonna warm up the pan with a teeny bit of olive oil here. Pouring in the mixture and then putting it on low to medium fire. After it bubbles for a bit, I kind of turn it over and just make sure the sides are not out of the way. And then continue doing all the other pieces, and there we have it, a stack of flourless pancakes. Just gonna quickly chop up my strawberries as well. No rules here. Recipe is perhaps just use as many strawberries as you want, or just use any other fruits. Kiwi, mangoes, bananas, blueberries, whatever it is. You like it, you use it.
Finally time to eat. Look at it. Ooh! Because I really like to lump up all my berries. Just gonna add like a scoop honey, just to make me feel like slightly better. I also use like the sugar-free butterscotch syrup. It's supposed to be like 0 sugar. This is also from My Protein. Okay, just gonna put this syrup on. Oh, ta-da! Okay, I'm just gonna dig in. Let's see. Oh shit, can't focus. I feel like this is always my go-to whenever I feel like having like dessert for my meals. Does that ever make sense? I just made myself a glass of Americano as well. So good! I wish I could let you taste. I have a bite of this right now, but I can only do like a mini cheers. Cheers! Well, I usually spend about like 20-25 minutes cooking, and the remaining of my lunch hour, I'll usually just spend it eating lunch or watching Netflix at the same time. Pretty standard, I guess, right? I'm just currently catching up on Nevertheless on Netflix, but I feel like this K-drama is just so toxic. The only reason I'm watching it is because like both of the main characters are so good looking. Like, if you guys have any like new K-dramas which you find really good, do feel free to comment below so that I can check it out as well.
Next up, we have a grilled salmon bowl, or what people would call a Buddha bowl. It can be a really filling meal. The ingredients are actually pretty flexible. You can choose to mix and match various ingredients, something like a build your own bowl kind of thing. Today I've chosen to use red rice as the carbs, broccoli, garlic, teriyaki sauce, which is an option, salmon, chickpeas, and I'm just cooking for 2 portions here, so do feel free to cut it down to 1 if you're just cooking for yourself. Chopped up the garlic. Just gonna wash my broccoli with some veggie wash because it can get rather nasty. Just look at it. I'm going to chop them up and realize it's a bit too much, so I'm just gonna keep it in my container for later. I'm gonna pat dry the slice of salmon. Now let's season it with some mixed herbs, some pepper, some salt, and also gonna repeat it on the other side of the dish. Before putting the salmon on the grill, I kind of brush a layer of oil onto the grill to prevent the salmon from sticking. Just putting it on, closing it, and setting it to about 12-13 minutes-ish. While that's going on, just concurrently boiling the broccoli for a bit, just dipping it into hot water basically. And giving it a little stir fry. So starting off with the garlic, dropping the broccoli in, followed by the chickpeas, some salt as well, adding in a good amount of paprika, some sesame oil, more paprika, and just giving it a stir a bit, and we're done. The fish should be done by then as well, so ooh, look at it, looks so good. I also heat up the teriyaki sauce and soy sauce over a pan, but remember not to keep it on too long because it burns easily. Okay, so just gonna plate it for a bit now. Apologize, my plating sucks. So putting on the fish, and ta-da! There you go, 2 bowls. Now time to eat.
I'm almost done eating now. Oh my god, sorry I didn't record. I was like too hungry. Post-lunch snack here as usual. Thought I'd give myself a treat. Yeah, and do you guys eat out of the top? I try not to sometimes, but when I reach the bottom, then yeah. Okay guys, so that's all for this video. If you've enjoyed it, we'd really appreciate if you click the like and subscribe button below, and that will mean a lot to me. Till then, take care and stay safe guys. Bye!